Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today is a 61 Benz video. We are no adventure. Haven't had an adventure for over 2 months. Poor truck. It sucks. Busy with school, kids, life, work. Wife's car is broke. It's got a bad connector on the crank sensor. I had to order the connector, which I got to splice into the harness. So it's down for the count. It's on the back of the motor, and it just got brittle, and it had issues. And when I went to replace it, replace the sensor, the connector cracked. Can't do anything with it. I could make it run, but it wouldn't be the right way, so I'm not waiting on eBay parts. Go eBay. But today we're gonna pull a carburetor off the Benz. I'm gonna take one of these carburetors off and apart to see exactly what gasket kits I need, because there was too many flavors of these. These are the progressive 2-barrel Solex carburetors. There's 2 of them. One of them has a fuel return valve, like a fuel return regulator valve. I have not been able to kind of find this piece. I did take it apart at one point. It's got a rubber little diaphragm in it that's completely petrified. I think what it's supposed to do is allow the fuel to bypass when you're like on the pedal. If you let off the pedal at idle, it allows for a little more pressure to the carburetor. So I think when you're revving the engine, it allows more of the fuel to go back to the tank. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull that off, pull one of those carbs off. I might pull both of them off. I do want to check the timing. I need to check cam timing because I don't trust it. There may be something else going on in there, but I got to look into the book. The distributor's a little off, which is kind of a flag for me. I had to remove the advanced screw because it's too far. You can see where the screw goes. I couldn't move it over, so I had to take it out and manually move it and put the vice grips to hold it at 6 degrees before top dead center at idle, roughly speaking. So yeah, today I want to get at least one of the carburetors off and take it apart. If I have time, take the other carburetor off. Also want to pop the valve cover off of it, get all these hoses off of there, pop the valve cover. I got to look up how to actually verify the timing because I don't remember if there's a mark or not. There's also a little plate over here on the front of the block. That's where the gear is. There's a little gear in there that helps drive the 90-degree pinion for the distributor and the oil pump. And I want to maybe pop that off, see if there's a timing mark in there or something weird. And that's it. While I have the valve cover off, I want to check the valve clearance. It's possible it's just too tight. So, and the valves aren't shutting all the way, but we'll see. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Kind of watching the news at the same time, and it's beer night. Got my buddy Derek coming over tonight, I think. So, and I have a clean bench. Look at that. Move some of this rock. Got some bolts. But we got a clean spot where we can actually take a carburetor apart. So, I'm gonna get some tools. I need some gloves because I don't want to be scrubbing later. We got a lot of little things going on here. Yeah, I've had a lot of homework for school, and now I gotta my homework I gotta still do for this week is I had to take a personality test, and now I gotta analyze it and write a 2-page paper on my personality and how I feel about my personality according to some personality test. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. It's gonna put this back in there so I don't lose it. So yeah, a personality test and a 2-page paper on the personality test. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. I gotta actually look at my notes and see what it said. So here's was my personality results according to this test. I'm a 25% extrovert, 6% intuitive, 12% feelings, and 22% judging. So I like to go out and judge. That's it. Yeah. I got to come up with 2 pages of crap to report on that. We'll see how that goes. Boy, the way this thing feels, I don't think these carbs have been off in a million years. I would find it hard to believe that they weren't off at all. It's a little too long unless at some point they had to have been rebuilt. You know what the cool thing is about working on old cars? Is when you drop something, it falls all the way through to the bottom and lands under the car. So you can find it. Unlike new stuff, you drop it and it goes to Neverland. I'm trying to get this little doofer thing off of the side so I can get the wrench on it, on get the wrench on the last nut on the carburetor. All right, there's Mr. Solex #1, and that's what it looks like. 2-barrel progressive. Get me a rag going. There we go. Gonna take the top of the carburetor off. Well, there's that guy there. Boy, there's no saving this gasket. But if we were in Somalia, I'd make it work. That's what it looks like. There's the float. There's all the crud down at the bottom. You can see all that crud down in the bottom. You can see all that crud in the bottom. That's why it didn't run. And who knows how bad the passages are, you know. But hey, it moved on its own power. So I got that carburetor apart, and here's what it looks like. All of that stuff. I was wearing my other GoPro because I like to document when I take things apart, but just to show you, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 set screw, and a check valve. Those are all the jets in one carburetor. Plus the enricher valve. This is the shutoff, the float shutoff valve right here, and that's the accelerator pump diaphragm, the base plate. Hold on, let me shut that guy off. We had a brush fire going down there somewhere. Figured I'd keep an eye on it. Anyway, so that's what it looks like. Next part is my buddy's gonna be over here for a beer, and then we'll kind of chew the fat. So I gotta find a matching kit, which will be done off of this. This is underneath the accelerator pump. This is in the middle. Actually, this guy's in the top part piece here. Accelerator pump diaphragm. And this one did not, the middle stage did not have a gasket. And the bottom part I can make. So basically, there's not a whole lot of soft parts in here. There's only the accelerator pump diaphragm, the accelerator pump back thingy, the back gasket, the carburetor bowl gasket, which sits between the top, and then the piece that is for the fuel return bypass. But that's about it for all the soft parts. There's not much there, so it's a lot of cleaning. I'm guessing that there's a passage that's plugged. There's also one more jet right there I haven't pulled, so that's going to be probably number 9. And then the accelerator pump squirter nozzle. There's a lot of stuff in there. That is German engineering on a carburetor. All right, we're gonna get Mr. Bucket out of the dip. So there's stuff in here. Let's see. We got a clutch master that's been sort of soaking in there. There's a brake master in there somewhere. There it is. Okay, I think we're okay. Take our little pail. This is kind of the pre-soak to the soak. So I have this stuff called a carburetor dip. It's like pretty hardcore, but I don't want to pollute it. So I'm gonna dip these into something a little mild, just to get all the chunkiness. Gonna rotate it around in there to get rid of the bubbles. We got this part. There's another jet right there. Drop that in there. And then gonna remove the float valve just like that, Need a big wrench for that. I'm going to remove this little valve. So this is a thing that has a little diaphragm in it. I don't want to soak that because it's got rubber. This is some sort of a dampener. We got something going on right here. Hey, baby.
Hey, honey. So, are we gonna be there for the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't find the chat trail.
You couldn't?
No.
It's from the chat.
I know. I went there and it wasn't coming up for me.
Huh? All right. I will reply.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Mwah. So that's another piece we need right there. It's gonna go right there. Dip it. Go take that. Put that back in there. All right, we'll let that one soak. And yeah, some more cleanup needs to be happening. So anyway, I think I'm done for tonight. That's it. We'll get the rest of this later. And I'm doing one carburetor at a time, just in case something goes wrong and I need to figure out how it went back together. That's the trick. But anyway, hey, thanks for watching, and until next time.